Ready?
Yes.
Action.
This is the scapula, so there's a bone right under here, and we're looking at the shoulder. In fact, well, he can see part of the scapula coming across. There's the infraspinatus under the spine of the scapula, the supraspinatus above the spine, so supra, infra, and then there's two teres muscles, teres minor, teres major. You can see how thick teres major is right here. And their action, think about it, when they shorten, they're going to abduct the arms. Okay, so here's the anatomical position. When these muscles shorten, here's the action. You see a little bit of abduction going on there. It's not much, but that opposes some of the large muscles in the anterior part, like the pectoralis. So we need something to oppose those. What I like about the teres major, because you have teres minor, teres major, how do you tell them apart? Well, the long head of the tricep is going to dissect them, separating the major from the minor. So this is the long head. There is a lateral head here, and then the medial head is really small. The medial head is just right down here at the base. And they all have the same action because the tricep is going to be an extender. It's an antagonist of the bicep brachii. So brachii means arm. The tricep brachii, 3 heads, I just went over. Long, lateral, medial. Bicep has 2 heads, bi meaning 2. Long head on the top, and you get a little peek of the short head right in here. Short head of the bicep brachii. The long head's the one we're most familiar with. Following the arm down, oh, you can also see the brachialis, which kind of sounds a little bit like brachioradialis, but the brachialis is on the upper arm. The brachioradialis, because think of this, brachii means arm, but radialis, think of the radius. That's on the thumb side, the radial bone here. So the radius is here, the ulna over here. So brachioradialis is the breaking point between the extensors and the flexors on the anterior side. So when you see this huge brachioradialis, it's the largest forearm muscle, then think of it as a separation because all the muscles on the top have the basic same action, and that's extension. Now, if the muscle's on the lateral side, you're gonna have extension and a little bit of medial movement here. And if it's on the thumb side, then you're going to have a little bit of abduction. But mostly we just talk about these being extensors. If you, on a test, if the tape's here, you always want to follow the muscle down to the tendons. And if it goes to 3 fingers, digitorum, because digit means finger, digitorum, more than 1 finger. So this is extensor digitorum. Then if we follow it down, it goes into the little finger, then that's extensor digiti minimi for little finger. And if we follow it down along the ulna, then it's extensor ulnaris. It dead ends into the wrist. Carpi ulnaris, excuse me, carpi means wrist. Extensor carpi ulnaris. See how it dead ends right there. We have a pronator teres that helps us move the arm, rotate it. So now we're on the flexor side. And so all of these muscles, basically, it's very similar to extensors. They're going to flex, so they're going to shorten the angle. If we follow it up, because these all look kind of the same, like you think, well, how am I ever going to remember these? Follow it. If it dead ends into the palm, then that's the palmaris longus. It's a long palmar muscle there. If it's on the radius side, then it's the flexor carpi radialis. And what else do we have here? The ulnaris, flexor carpi ulnaris right here on the ulna side. So ulnaris radialis. And these lumbricals we don't worry about on the lab test. I think we got the arm. That's a busy model right there. Here we have the trapezius, which is going to elevate the scapula like when someone's doing shrugs. If we look under the trapezius, we're going to see two rhomboid muscles that are attaching to the medial border of the scapula, the shoulder blade. There's the minor and the major rhomboid. We can also see the, we can't, we will shift over, splenius capitis, we've already covered that. Let's shift over to this model. Because here we can see the serratus posterior, which is a jagged muscle. If you remember, there's a serratus anterior, the boxer's muscle in the front. Well, there's a jagged muscle in the lower back called the serratus posterior, that jagged there. Rectus spinae there. Here's the rhomboids, and you'll see here's the levator scapulae coming down and attaching at the superior border of the scapula. And here you can kind of see again the teres major, minor, infraspinatus there, deltoid coming down across. So deltoid's the superficial muscle. These are deep. You often won't see these because the trapezius is covering the rhomboids, teres major, teres minor, all those. Here's the huge latissimus dorsi. So that's another opposing muscle opposing the powerful pectoralis major, median muscle that brings the arms back, and that's the latissimus dorsi, antagonist to the pectoralis. All right, I think we got it. Thanks for that.